Today we see presentation of pre-stressed concrete by Mr. P.R. Thorat, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Adarsh Institute of Technology and Research Center, VITA. After successful completion of this lecture, student will be able to explain the basic concept of pre-stressed concrete, differentiate conventional reinforced cement concrete and pre-stressed concrete, understand advantages and limitations of pre-stressed concrete. The initial load of pre-stress is applied to enable the structures to counteract the stresses arising during its service period. The concept of pre-stressed was invented years ago when metal bands were wound around wooden pieces to form barrels. The metal bands were tightened under tensile stress, which create compression between staves, allowing them to resist internal liquid pressures. Pause the video and students write down the same different concepts nowadays we are working in day-to-day lives. We hope that we are writing down the different concepts. Same concepts, another concept we are using pretensioning the spokes in a bicycle wheel. The pretension of a spoke in a bicycle wheel is applied to such an extent that there will always be a residual tension in the spoke. What is pre-stressed concrete? Internal stresses are induced to counteract external stresses. In 1904, Prisinet attempted to introduce permanent acting forces in a concrete to elastic forces to resist elastic forces under loads and was named pre-stressing. So this pre-stressing concept in that days can be achieved. They are assuming that when where subject beam is subjected to external flexural loadings, they behaves which is shown in figure number 2. When we are applying the pre-stress in terms of or by using the tendons which is shown in the figure number 3 and 4, and they are releasing the stress through these tendons to the concrete section, they are bulging or moving upward sections we are seeing in a figure number 5. When we are applying external loads on the sections for a pre-stressed beam, then their behavior can be observed in a figure number 6. For comparing this pre-stressed concrete with conventional reinforced concrete, here we can observe above figure. Cracks are observed in a tension zone that is below the depth of neutral axis. But as compared to the pre-stressed concrete sections in a dead load condition as well as full service load conditions, the whole section is uncracked. So this is the advantages over reinforced cement concrete in a pre-stressed concrete section. Principle of pre-stressing. Pre-stressing is a method in which compression force is applied to the reinforced concrete section. The effect of pre-stressing is to reduce the tensile stress in the section to the point till the tensile stress is below the cracking stress. Thus, the concrete does not crack. It is then possible to treat concrete as an elastic material. The concrete can be visualized to have two compressive forces. One, internal pre-stressing force. Second one, external forces, that is dead load, live load, etc. These two forces must counteract each other. So this principle, here we can observe a stress distribution diagram. When a flexural beam having cross sections, here we are observing the concentric stressing force are provided. So we are observing direct stresses and bending stresses. Direct stress due to concentric stressing force F by A, and bending stresses that is due to dead load and live loads, and resultant stresses we are observing, and this due to the pre-stressing we can minimize the resultant stress very little or no tension condition in a tension zone. Also, if we are providing pre-stressing with an eccentricity with respect to size of the sections, that is eccentricity distance E, then here we are observing direct stress, which is F by A, as well as due to this pre-stressing eccentric force, bending stresses are introduced. That direct stressing force and bending eccentric stress can be counteracted to bending stresses due to dead load and live load, and resultant stress distribution diagram in where compression as well as tension shall be minimized or reduced. So this pre-stressing can be achieved with this different three concepts. First concept is pre-stressing to transform concrete into an elastic material. Second concept, pre-stressing for combination of high strength steel with concrete. Third concept, pre-stressing to achieve load balancing. So student, pause the video and write down different advantages of reinforced cement concrete. We take some time, then resume the video, and here we discuss advantages of pre-stress. So we can write down some differentiation between normally reinforced cement concrete and pre-stressing. First is section remains uncracked under service load. During the service load, section should be uncracked. Due to this, overall durability of section should be higher, so we can reduce steel corrosion. Full section is utilized, higher moment of inertia, that is higher stiffness can be achieved. Also, due to the low deformation, serviceability can be improved. Increase in shear capacity can be possible in pre-stressed concrete, suitable for use in a pressure vessel liquid retaining structures. Improved performance, that is the resilience under dynamic as well as fatigue loading. High span to depth ratio, larger spans possible with pre-stressing, that is for bridges, building with large column free spaces. Third one, suitable for precast construction, rapid construction, better quality control, reduced maintenance, suitable for repetitive construction, availability of standard shapes. Here we are some disadvantages or limitations of pre-stressing. Pre-stressing needs skill technology. Normal conventional concrete doesn't require the skill technology, but here we require the skilled persons, skilled labors. Hence, it is not as common as reinforced concrete. The use of high strength material, that is high strength concrete as well as high strength steel material is used, which is costly. So whole methodology or the sections or the concrete structures become the costlier at the initial levels. There is additional cost in auxiliary equipments, that is the holding some equipments we require. There is need for quality control and inspection.